talking about the Terminator zone. So the zone pretty much it's a little guess you could call it a split in between the sun facing side and the space facing side, the dark facing side of a planet that is in the habitable zone. Now the Terminator zone is literally just right. In my brain, I can't really, how is life not there already? And even when you, the thing with termination zones, right? And even when you look at Earth, there's life on Earth in the most inhospitable places. See what I'm saying? Let me actually, the most inhospitable places, there's life on Earth. Obviously, in the most hospitable places, there's also life on Earth. But as you can see, there's life all over Earth. So, them telling you that a termination zone is the only place that life can form on this planet is very silly to me. Because what I would believe would happen on planets like these, the evolutionary processes, one of the evolutionary processes that may happen, right, can be the fact that these organisms probably start off in the termination zone where it's a lot easier to live. Then obviously you have a whole planet to, I wouldn't say terraform, but you have a whole planet to call home to. You see what I'm saying? So species would then migrate, species would then in turn genetically morph depending on the stresses of their environment, causing on their genetic genome. Again, you don't know what the sun's doing to them. A lot of factors that go into it. I would say if you find life in that little streak in the middle, there's life around the whole bitch. I'ma just tell you that right now. I'ma just because that's not how life works. Like it don't just, all right, we're just gonna sit right here in this middle where it's perfect. Nah, nigga. There's something called, y'all niggas probably don't. Let me go ahead and shine some. There's something called an extremophile, right? Extremophiles are pretty much organisms that thrive in extreme conditions. The term frequently refers to prokaryotics and sometimes interchangeably with archaea. That's just them generalizing it because they don't want to tell you that there's a certain, you know what I'm saying, species that defy a lot of environmental stresses. See what I'm saying? So you have some that are able to grow in highly acidic areas called acetophiles. You got some that are able to grow in high alkaline areas called alkaliphiles. You got anaerobes, which can grow with the absence of oxygen, no oxygen. You got these guys that can't grow with oxygen. Oxygen inhibits their growth and kills them as an organism. Obligate anaerobe. Fuck to Tiv? What the fuck? An organism that grows in the presence or in the absence of oxygen. So this nigga can, he like, that's what I'm saying. The variations of these archaea, see what I'm saying? Or prokaryotics, whatever you want to, prokaryotes, whatever you want to call it. There's so many different categories I just talked about. There, even when, okay, you look at methanogen. There's a methanogen in the category of methanogen. Okay, look, when you look at the category of methanogen, an organism that produces methane from a reaction of hydrogen and carbon dioxide, member of the archaea. So there's a rock-eating bacteria that is a methanogen, but it indirectly eats. Okay, so let me break it down a little bit more. It indirectly eats electricity from rocks. You have bacteria in your gut that produces electricity. You didn't know that. Also, I believe that bacteria can also cause diarrhea. It's one of the main causes of diarrhea. So, like I say, there's too many different kinds of microbiomes for you to just sit here and tell me that this little streak is the only place that they could live in. Another thing is, like, I will always say this, bro, y'all niggas is always surprised. Like, that's the number one thing. Like, you gotta watch out for a nigga that's always surprised. Like, and the reason why I say that, nigga, is cause, bro, like, you didn't know that? Like, damn, bro, like, I'm coming to you for answers, but every time, you know what I'm saying, the problem arises itself with a solution, the solution in turn goes against your profit, and now you sitting there surprised. You see what I'm saying? Like, it's real hard for me to digest certain shit, you see what I'm saying, especially when I know it's some bullshit, you see what I'm saying? So I don't need another nigga to tell me. I'm sorry, I really don't. Like, it's cool, like, exchanging information, but I really don't need you to tell me. Like, I could really come up with it by myself, like, you know what I'm saying, like, essentially. But that's why common sense ain't too common, like, seriously. Endolith, an organism that lives inside rock. Oh my god. Or in the pores between material grain. These are probably the ones that they were looking for in California. I believe they were doing some research in California because they were trying to see if it's probably these types of organisms, the endoliths, that live on Mars. And because they were doing some experiments in California, in some area in California, with some pockets, I believe. And there are certain pockets found on Mars that they also found here on the bottom of the ocean on Earth. So they're wondering if the pockets that are on Mars are made by the same creatures that made the motherfuckers on Earth. Like, bro, but again, hidden knowledge. Heliophile requires high concentrations of salt. I mean, didn't I did a video telling y'all that there was a new salt found in our solar system. Instead of one salt molecule, nigga had two salt molecules in like the 17th configuration. There's a certain configuration you gotta put it in. Like, you can't just two salts one. Like, there's a certain configuration. So in the 17th configuration, I think they put two salts, new molecule. Different type of salt that you don't find here on Earth. So this, again, holophile, an organism requiring high concentrations of salt for growth, probably lives in those highly salty planets such as maybe Europa. Europa has a lot of salt. Enceladus, highly salty oceans. Ganymede, highly salty oceans. So again, that's what you got. Methanogen, like I told you, you had a rock-eating bacteria that is able to use an enzyme. This enzyme, it pretty much extracts electricity from the rock. Then the archaea, or the bacteria, whatever you want to call it, ends up in turn eating the enzyme, eating the charge. So it needs water and it needs a charged electrode, and that's all it needs for it to have the right components for it to eat. Now, I was just looking at one form of it. There's probably, oh my god, I couldn't even put how many zeros on that motherfucker, how many times. You know what I'm saying? Like, 1 to the 124th power, nigga. Like, fuck is you talking about? Let me see. But it was in the class of a methanogen, and a methanogen, like I say, uses hydrogen, carbon dioxide, and makes methane. So that's what they believe is a lot that's on Titan when they find methane in the atmosphere. Methane is a greenhouse gas. You gotta understand that. So with methane being in your atmosphere, methane don't clear out the atmosphere for a long time. So you don't really know if it's from geological happenings or if it's from biological happenings, because methane takes so long to leave the atmosphere. It's not like water vapor, the greenhouse gas, that takes fucking few days. You know what I'm saying? Like, and it's gone. If you find water vapor on the nigga's planet, like you could tell there's an ongoing process. When you find that shit, methane, you don't really know, because methane could be there for centuries. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's not, it doesn't formally show you that there's an ongoing process happening very, very frequently. You see what I'm saying? As water vapor does. The more efficient greenhouse gas even that we have here on Earth. Like, water vapor is more concentrated here on Earth than carbon dioxide. So y'all niggas keep on arguing about that global warming shit. Oligotropes, an organism with optimal growth in nutrient limit conditions. Now, they need to do more on this. I don't. This is when you're being silly. An organism with optimal growth in nutrient limit. What's a nutrient limit condition? You know what I'm saying? Like I need you to elaborate, because that could be a lot of things. You see what I'm saying? But that's a general statement of a oligotroph. And again, you have more highly pressurized areas, organisms that grow in temperatures of 15 degrees Celsius, a psychrophile, you got the thermophile that grows at 40 degrees or higher, hyperthermophile, an organism that grows at 80 degrees Celsius or higher, toxilorate, okay, able to withstand high levels of damaging elements, nuclear, like the nigga could swim in nuclear waste. What are we talking about? Like, this type shit, I walk out this room. See what I'm saying? Like, it ain't really a debate with me. I bring facts, and y'all niggas shut the fuck up when I listen. Like, when I talk, niggas listen. I'm not arguing with niggas for what? Y'all niggas, if you right, you right. Shut the fuck up, nigga. You know what I'm saying? Like, these niggas want to argue all day. Maybe there's only, like, they even found a planet. Nigga said it's 100% chance. But the nigga, you know what the nigga said after he said there's 100% chance? The nigga didn't say nothing about they found certain, okay, because here on Earth, right? Here on Earth, they look at the carbon dioxide levels and how they fluctuate through seasons. And when carbon dioxide levels fluctuate through seasons, that can kind of tell you if there's biological roles, or if there are biological processes happening. You know, carbon dioxide exhaled through fucking humans, picked up through plants and shit. Like, there's a lot of biological processes that happen with carbon dioxide, especially so on this planet. So they do that on other planets. So you telling me there's 100% chance, the nigga said 100%, that there's life on this exoplanet that looks like Earth. But the only thing y'all found were organic molecules. Had to let the beat play. Nigga, the only thing you found were organic molecules. So what's the difference between that shit and my nigga Mimas? What's the difference between that shit and my nigga Titan? What's the difference between that shit and Mars? You see what I'm saying? There's a heavy difference, I would say, obviously, but the difference in life itself, there's no difference. You see what I'm saying? Like, whether you're far away from the sun or not, bro, that shit only matters to y'all niggas. If your planet is in the network of harboring, and it has the right constituents to provide the essentials, which essentials to you could mean something completely different. Like, y'all niggas think DNA, RNA, certain things like gotta be made from only this, only DNA can be made from only carbon. Y'all don't do nothing with silica. Y'all don't do shit with nothing else. Even certain shit that scares y'all niggas, that, like, when y'all find certain shit with no nucleus, no brain, like, it scares y'all. Y'all don't know. It scares you. Essentially, you see what I'm saying? But what do you think lives in the TRAPPIST solar system? Now, the reason why I brought up the TRAPPIST solar system is because the TRAPPIST solar system, during termination, for the termination zones, every single planet in this solar system is tidally locked. Every single planet in this solar system. I'm not going to say every single planet in the solar system, because just like how they lie about us, the TRAPPIST star system probably has nigga probably has 50 others, you know what I mean, planets back there, just like how we have 50 planets back there. But the main ones that they look at in the habitable zone, the 7 right here, some of them being smaller than Earth, some of them being super Earths, all tidally locked. So you telling me there's only life on that one strip on each of these hoes? Even when you're looking at our solar system and you're looking at it from afar, you got 3 planets in the habitable zone: Venus, Earth, and Mars. Venus, you say, ain't, man, look, y'all niggas say give up on Venus. Mars, y'all niggas, y'all are trying. You see what I'm saying? But Mars is dead from what you tell us. You looking at our solar system, and there's 1 out of 3 which is supremely habitable. These niggas got 7 in the habitable zone. And it blows my top because there's life on Mars. They're just not gonna tell you how it is. There's life on Venus. They found certain organic molecules in Venus's atmosphere. Phosphine. See what I'm saying? In Venus's atmosphere. Mars has caves. It's very easy for microbes to live in caves with other animals. It's not. They found underwater. There's an underwater reservoir. There's an underground reservoir of water in Mars. And you're telling me it's inhabited by nothing? I think there's something called abiogenesis, right? Abiogenesis is, in turn, it would be kind of like creating life from an inanimate, it's like creating life from, I wouldn't say from nothing, but from rock. You see what I'm saying? Abiogenesis is the original evolution of life or living organisms from inorganic or inanimate substances. So a fucking rock. You see what I'm saying? Like life coming from a rock, life coming from all these, you know what I'm saying, like inanimate pieces of matter. Life is somehow able to formulate, catalyze, and synthesize itself into being, which could only let me to believe maybe rocks are alive too. I'm looking at everything just, hey look, I'm a spiritual scientist. I'm not really like I'm not, for what I'm trying to do, you can't get a degree on earth for what I'm trying to do. For what I'm trying to be, you can't get a degree on earth for what I'm trying to be. See what I'm saying? So, this right here, 7 motherfucking planets in the habitable zone, all tidally locked, termination zone. I just told you about all these these are extremophiles too. You go over here, let me see if I can show you. The next page, it would tell you that, look at this, above a 9 pH alkaline, it will tell you pretty much what the environments have to hold. The acidity has to be under 5 pH, extremely cold, under 5 degrees Celsius, extremely hot, excessive, over 40 degrees Celsius. You see what I'm saying? Like, it's telling you the properties that the environment must have for this life to thrive, and it's you know what I'm saying, it's essentially giving you the formula. Nigga, and look, you niggas finna ignore that shit. If they don't see that motherfucker on a telescope walking around, that's when they gonna tell you. That's what they gonna tell you, bruh. When they see a human being walk, nigga, they get radio signals from all types of exoplanets that they talk about. Oh, false positive. It was a fuck it, it was a magnetar, fuck it. You know what I'm saying? Fuck it, it was a neutron star, fuck it. I'm sorry, it's false positive. I'm sorry. Like, from all these different exo, you getting false positive. How you getting false radio wave positives, bro? Like, so you can't distinguish. So You're telling me you need to lose your job. Like, that's what you can't distinguish. You see what I'm saying? Like, that's what you're telling me. So, essentially, this shit here, bro. It's not even the search for life. We need to call it something else. Cause they're not searching for life, nigga. I just seen they're working on another mission. Talking about, yeah, we might not have enough funding, and the equipment that we have in today's world isn't technologically advanced enough to find life on Mars. Like, are you serious? That's what the nigga said. I could put it up for you. I don't know. Hide what? For what? You know what I'm saying? But look, free without oxygen. I mean, bro, you not. I'm done here. You got certain places. It's even giving you examples of extreme environments. Mono Lake, Octopus Springs, Rio Tinto, Yellowstone National Park. We already know they live in the volcano. We already know they do. So I will do. I'm doing a video on Venus. And Venus is geologically active. Venus has no magnetic field, but is geologically active. Earth's sister. I'm not going to get into that. But it being geologically active, Earth is geologically active. They say that the volcanoes on Venus are geologically active. Volcanoes on Earth are geologically active. They say that the volcanoes on Earth host life. Do the volcanoes on my nigga host? You see what I'm saying? Like, does you see what I'm saying? Like, does it host life too? I would say so. I mean, probably not the same that you looking at here. It might be a different ancestor. It might be a different form, but yes, I do believe so. Just like how y'all pussy niggas found a new organic form of magnesium. The organic form of magnesium that y'all never in your life have seen before. But right when you say that y'all never seen it before, guess what happens? They find it in, I believe, 60 other meteorite samples, that same magnesium that they've never seen before. Found it in 60 plus more meteorites. So stop playing with me. I'm whatever I'm trying to be, I can't be it here. You see what I'm saying? Like, I'm a different breed. I don't really. But essentially, bro, Terminator zone. Some old bullshit. It's not the search for life. They're not searching. They're hiding it. But we're gonna come up with a real nice title for the opposite of search for life. A real nice title. But let me see. To end it all, Trappist system. We already talked about it. 7 Earth-sized planets, a few super Earths, a few mini Earths, a few Earth-sized planets, and none of them got life. Great. All of them tidally locked because they're so close to each other. Which means one side is constantly facing the sun, another side is constantly facing the dark. Clearly on Earth, extremophiles probably live on there. There's probably larger land mammals, larger land animals, and a lot of those places just made out of some crazy, ridiculous material. Because when you live on these planets, your planet is going to take care of you evolutionary wise to make sure that you're able to sustain yourself. You know what I'm saying? It's only that when you're not from the planet that, you know what I'm saying, the planet can't really help you sustain yourself. Like, at that point, like, it's real. Actually, stresses have, that's the weird thing about the human body, because stresses do cause the human body to act different. But you staying in, like, it's just like if y'all be sending yourselves to space, to the moon, y'all can't be there for too long because niggas' bones get brittle, circulation gets fucked up, brains get fucked up, low oxygen to the cells of the body. You gotta exercise, literally daily exercise. Y'all niggas don't even exercise on Earth, so I don't know how you gonna get scientists to go up there and start hitting bench press and shit. Like, y'all niggas ain't really, like, you know what I'm saying, curling shit. Like y'all niggas just, you see what I'm saying? But essentially, that's all it is. That's all it is. A few games being played, some more games being played. Termination zone is literally where it starts, and then from there it spreads. That's what I believe. That's what I fucking know. So if you rock with this video, let me know. Search for life. The tainted search for life. I'm gonna see y'all niggas. Appreciate y'all.